Hi, my name's Miss Leach and I'm Head of Physics here at Northampton School for Boys. So, why choose physics at A level? We're going to build a lot on what you've done at GCSEs. So you would have learnt a lot of fundamentals at GCSEs, such as forces and motion, such as energy, okay, such as the basics of nuclear physics. And we build on that so that we can answer, or try to answer at least, some of these bigger questions. Okay. Physics is a great subject to study. It massively improves your logical thinking skills, your problem solving skills. We're a mathematical subject, so we're clearly going to do a lot of work with equations. We do a lot of practical work and also looking at those individual and group work skills. In order to study A-level physics at Northampton School for Boys, you need to have a GCSE in physics of level 7, or alternatively, if you've done double award science, you need a 7-7. On top of that, you also need to score 7 in maths. That's just because we are so heavily dependent on you having good mathematical skills and your ability to manipulate equations, that we have that extra requirement. We teach Edexcel physics here, and we cover very similar topics to what you would have done at GCSE. So some of these will look familiar to you. Mechanics is your forces, your motion, your energy. We've got electric circuits there. We've got materials, so you would have done density, waves. Okay. We actually teach through the Salters-Horner's approach. So we break these subjects down and we put them into context. So for instance, mechanics, we call higher, faster, stronger, and we base all around sport. Okay, so we look at things such as climbing, such as pole vault, such as ski jumping within that unit, applying it to real world contexts. Materials we teach in a topic called Good Enough to Eat, where we base all of our materials knowledge around manufacturing sweets. So for instance, when we look at viscosity, we'll think about how that would be used in the food industry to quality assure the viscosity of chocolate and honey and things like that. We assess through 3 papers. So you can see here we've got 2 hour 45-minute papers and 1 2.5 hour topic paper. Now you can also see in the middle there we do a practical endorsement. For Edexcel we do 16 required practicals through the course. You will obviously do a lot more practical, but they're the ones that are dictated to us by Edexcel. And in those practicals, we'll look at your skills. So we'll look at your ability to do a risk assessment. We look at your ability to carry out a practical without being prompted by the teacher of exactly what to do at each step. Practical endorsement does not affect your overall grade. It is an addition to your 3 papers that you get your overall A-level grade from. Your final paper, paper 3 there, is synoptic. They can test you on anything. So that's the big paper. Of these papers, at least 40% has to be mathematical skills, which is why that entry requirement of a 7 in maths is so important. Physics is taught through 3 1.5 hour lessons per week in specialist laboratories or in classrooms. You will have 2 physics teachers. There's currently 4 of us here at the moment, myself, Mr. Hodgson, Mr. Lockney and Mr. Blanche. We are all specialist teachers. We will be supporting you through obviously our normal lessons, but through interventions as well as required. We also run an A&A star group for those students who really want to push themselves for top grades. We will check you and how you're coping really regularly through our termly assessments and through assessed homeworks, just so we can make sure and you can make sure that you fully understood the work before we move on to the next section. In the course, there's loads of opportunity for practical work. I've already spoken about the 16 required practicals, but there are loads and loads others that we do. We're generally doing at least a practical a week in physics. And finally, career opportunities in physics. Because it's a mathematical subject, it's a really highly respected subject in pretty much every profession. This slide just shows you some of the things that you could go into. So you could go through IT. A lot of students take computer science alongside physics. You could go down that pure science route. You could, as a lot of students do, go into engineering. Okay? If you do engineering, then physics, or you want to do engineering, physics is the subject for you.